Uh, Eves thinks we should have an intro song, so I'll have to see if my brother can whip something up for me.
Yeah, from what I understand, the whole intros and stuff, you got to be really careful with that because if there's any sort of copyrighted material, it can get in kind of murky waters anymore.
Oh yeah.
You can, but he's a musician. He'll just whip something up. He'll just write something.
Sure. No, I get that, and because he's a musician and he can write something for you and give you the rights to it, then that makes
Yeah.
it even.
Yep.
If you were to throw advertisements on it, you could profit from that. Not that anybody watches this shit anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, there's always that one guy.
Yeah, there's always the one guy who's like, "What are those dumbasses are going to talk about today?"
So and no word from Marvin either. I don't know if we pissed him off somehow or what.
No, he might be just busy. You know, it's the first of the year, so.
I had seen some pictures he posted of being on vacation or something, but other than that, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
What should I say? Well, I was just gonna start off with, and I don't, if you guys want to do this too, from time to time, that would be awesome. But I kind of went out and like, okay, what's new as far as software goes? So I went out and looked at Linux CNC, and I see that they have a new release. And Gerbil looks like Gerbil was updated in December to 0.9J, December 18th, it looks like.
I know. I tried out BCNC. I don't know. Did we talk about that last week? I think we talked about that last week, but we
A little
weren't.
bit, yeah.
We were
Yeah.
live.
How did that? You didn't stick with it?
Well, I drove my $10 Kyocera engraving bit into my wasteboard twice, and it broke it twice. So
How do you break a bit twice? That's impressive.
Stop. So I go to do. It was. Oh, I remember what it was. It was chili pepper that pissed me off. So for whatever reason, I didn't use. I can't even remember why I wasn't using BCNC for the engraving piece. I don't remember why. I was like, well, I'll use chili pepper for some reason. So I started to do the bed leveling probe, and it just goes. I was
Probing.
like, stop.
Haven't found the bottom yet.
I broke the tip off, and I was like, because I had done a probe, and I had tested to make sure that the probing worked. You know, I held the plate underneath here, and made sure that it worked. It was fine. I was like, all right, cool. So let me do a bed leveling probe, and I go bed level, and it goes, pow, and breaks the tip off this $10 bit, and I was like, son of a... I was pissed. I walked outside, and I calmed down after, and I was like, damn it. So then I came back in. I was like, all right, well, it's already broken. So let me see if I can figure out what's wrong, and then I'll just, play around with a broken bit that's already in my collet. So I made a setting change, and I tried to do it again, and it broke even more. So needless to say, the stiffening mod that I've done has made my machine more rigid. So yeah, it broke a quarter of the tip off the first drill or the first drive, and the second drive broke another quarter of the bit off. And this was an 1/8 inch 2-flute 30-degree engraving bit. Nice bit, but definitely didn't play nice with chili pepper. So I'd really like to figure out BCNC better. Of course, long-term goal is Linux CNC.
Yeah, but you're not making any strides towards that, man. Come on.
No, I'm not. Well, it's been I've been spending capital on other things.
I know, like hose.
Do what?
Like hose.
Yeah.
20 feet of hose.
Actually, that hose was like $3, so shut up. We've got a local hardware store, and the guy buys in bulk, and he doesn't charge big box store prices. So I bought. It was 35 cents a foot, and I was like, and I'm thinking, well, I'll just get 10 feet because 10 feet will be long enough, right? And I was like, it's $3 and I said, just give me 20 feet of it. I was like, if I have too much, I'll cut it.
You gotta cut it off.
So for 35 cents a foot, I was just like, just give me a whole bunch of it.
Yeah.
And I got to figure out what I want to do. Oh my God, my phone is exploding.
Yeah, who's texting you? Damn.
My baby mama's texting me about my son. It's starting to tick me off. All right, let me put on vibrate. All right, so the other thing I'm trying to figure out is how to put the siphon feed in something because it doesn't come with a very long cord, and because it's such a small hose, I don't know how I'm gonna get. I bought 10 feet of hose, but it's still not as tiny as the stuff that came with this Chinese Mister. So I've got to buy a little male connector piece so that I can run that feed back around my. I was very able to get the air feed through the drag chain without too much issue. Doesn't seem it is a stiff hose, but it doesn't seem like it's going to slow anything down. Everything still feels pretty fluid.
So what are you using for fluid in the mister?
Well, nothing yet. But if I do aluminum, I'll probably go to AutoZone and pick up a bottle of WD-40, the non-aerosol. You can buy it in a squirt bottle, and I'll probably just get that and get a little reservoir and put it in there.
Yeah.
And just let it mist WD-40 on whatever piece of aluminum I'm cutting. Because I do want to get more heavy into aluminum. I've just got to get a source for it, and if I could get one in town, that'd be great. But the big box stores carry. All right, Tony.
See you, Tony.
Yeah, man.
You can pop in later if you want. Well, quiet night tonight.
Yeah, big box stores only carry the aluminum angle iron and stuff. They carry some aluminum stock, but it's it's.
What city do you live in?
Sumter, South Carolina. I haven't done a whole lot of looking because I've been waiting on my financials to make the upgrades to the machine to get where I'm at now. I finally got the stiffening mod done, and so I'm closer to being ready to do aluminum. I probably could do aluminum now with decent results as long as I take my time with it, make sure I get my feeds and speeds right. And, but I want to do aluminum, and I want to do the PCBs. And I'm getting closer to the PCBs as well. Part of the issue with the PCBs is the software that I use has to do bed leveling. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If it doesn't do bed leveling, I might not even waste my time.
Well, if you were using Eagle, I know it's not ideal for you couldn't use it because the boards you're doing are bigger, but there's got to be with Eagle. There's a couple of G-code to PCB tools. One of them does automatic bed leveling, which is really nice. But there's got to be one for KiCad.
Well, and I don't know that, but BCNC does bed leveling. It's Gerbil, and it does bed leveling. The problem is last time I ran BCNC, it started the carve and then stalled. So that was my problem. Is it literally just died? It hung up for whatever reason. I don't know if that's the computer that I'm running it is too slow. And so I was frustrated at that point, and I was like, all right, and I didn't want to continue using it, and I still don't really know enough about it to really do some of the things I need to do with it. So and this was also during the Christmas holiday season, and I was pumping out a lot of parts. So, I didn't have a whole lot of time to really spend on learning a new tool. So hopefully, in first quarter, I can have more time to learn a new piece of software.
Yeah. It takes time though, man. It's time consuming.
Absolutely, and that's kind of where I'm at now. It's one of those, I don't want to have to take the time, but I know I need to take the time, and it's hard to flip flop back and forth between two things. I've got UGS, which is tried and true, and I know how to use that all day long. Then I got BCNC, which is like a suite. It's got all kinds of stuff. And that's going to be tricky to relearn.
Huh.
And,
Yeah. Yeah. I need to get. It's amazing. Just before I had all that shit and stuff go down with me, I was getting. I was doing a lot more stuff with Fusion, and it's kind of amazing how if you stop doing anything like that for a month, how much it's like, oh, okay, how do I do that again?
Yeah, hit that rust factor.
Yeah. Well, Pete says he's watching, but I don't see a viewer list. Interesting. Yeah, Pete. I wanted to see if Pete would join. They're building some sort of a foam Star Wars battleship destroyer thing, and they're doing it on the CNC somehow. But let's see if I can. Do I have the link? He posted something in email. Yeah.
Oh, the only other project that I'm working on right now is, as we talked earlier about, I've got my keyboards that I'm building. The 108. So we were talking about this one earlier before we went live. I've still got to finish. I've decided that I'm a sadist, and I'm going to hand wire a 108 key keyboard because I'm a loony. But anyway,
it's not that bad though.
and it's kind of,
it goes pretty quick.
It's a Zen thing for me. I'm head down, I'm listening to music. I've got tweezers and solder and my soldering iron. I'm boom, boom, boom. I mean, it probably took me 2 or 3 hours, or maybe 2 hours to do this, and I'm just I'm doing other stuff, and I'm chatting with people online, and I'm listening to music, and I'm just head down, just banging it out. It came out nice and uniform for the most part. I got a couple things I got to go back and redo, but I mean, it came out pretty damn uniform for the most part. And that's all hand bent, hand soldered.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Getting better. But I've still got to go do the columns too.
Where are you putting the teensy in that one?
I'm probably going to end up sticking it over here somewhere. But really and truly, I could attach it to whatever backplate I use. I just have to build a housing for it. The thing about the Tinsy is they don't have mounting holes.
They don't. No, they don't.
For whatever reason, the Tinsy decided not to put mounting holes on their controller.
Yeah. What you need is, I should show you.
Like a breadboard.
Yeah. It's this place, and I'm gonna see this guy.
Oh, Pete's on.
Yep, that's Pete. So you need one of those.
Let's see. Oh, nice. Ooh. But see, I'm actually going to be using a 10C 2.0 plus plus. It's got more. Well, I don't know. This might have more pinouts or as many pinouts as that one is. But it's not. It's not the AT Mega. It's not using the AT Mega main chip on it, so it's a little bit different.
Well, the 3.1 I don't think uses the mega chip either.
Right.
It uses its own.
The firmware that I use is AT Mega is written for the AT Mega though.
Yeah. And this would probably run it, but there are some compatibility issues. It won't run all Arduino code, but most of it runs.
Right. But that would be a nice if there's. I wonder if there. Let me Google it. 10C 2.0 plus plus. Oop, not equals. Looks like they make a shield for it, kinda. Break out. Yeah, they make like a shield for it. But that's the only problem that I'm having with the 10C right now is it doesn't really have that the mounting solution. So if you're not, if I had a PCB, I could mill out the PCB and then just drop it right in and then give it some.
Well, just get some proto board and put a socket on the proto board that has holes in the proto board and use that.
Yeah.
Just do it that way.
Yeah, and I've got some of that prototype board. It's just I'm not sure if it'll fit the plus plus because it's got all the damn holes in it. I'll look at it.
Pete, how you doing? I assume that's you.
It is. I don't think my camera's working. I don't know why. I just updated the Hackintosh patches today. Looks like the camera is a goner.
How's that been working for you?
It's been working pretty well. My son has the same one, so I can hit him up if I have issues with it. It's an HP. The screen resolution isn't the greatest, but otherwise it works well.
I thought about trying to do that too. My Mac was a late 2007 Mac Pro dual 8-core, beast that I love. But in all their wisdom, they prevent me from running. There's hacks for EFI to make it run the newest stuff, but I haven't done that yet, and don't know if I will. It's PCI Express 2.0, and there's a lot of other problems, but I don't know. It's so I spent some money over Christmas and just built a really super nice computer for CAD and whatever else I want to do with it. So
nice.
Yeah. X99. That's the i7. Is it 5720? Right. That's the chip.
Yeah, you got the Skyline. You got the new Skyline 3, the X99 stuff. Yeah.
No, the Skyline is the Z170 or Z177 or whatever.
But it's socket 20. What you have is socket 2011.
2011-3.
Or
Yep, 2011-3.
Yeah. That's the Skyline 3, I think. Thank you. Love you. Hey, you alright?
Did you work today?
Me?
Yeah. Did you work today? No, you didn't work today, right?
I worked on projects.
Yeah.
I worked on my honeydew list today. But what I was going to say, John, since you've got that DAS keyboard, I could totally hook you up with one of these little guys.
Oh, there you go.
A little tux key for you, but and it's a nice double shot. But you have a cherry keyboard, so this will fit one of your modifiers. This is
well, this is what the backs of my keys look like. So.
Yeah, that's cherry.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the same as this.
Yeah, the pin is blue. That's
It's because you've got a blue switch. Yeah, I've got a couple keys. I've got another awesome face in here somewhere. Um, but yeah,
The camera's working, Pete.
there we go. Yeah, we can see your camera.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I switched to my phone.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
This is the new basement that we're working on.
I was going to ask if you were at the Hack Factory.
Nice.
Now, it's got heat in the floor. I've been in my shop all day, so I'm a little cold. It's below zero here.
Oh my.
I don't miss that.
Sure you do.
I miss lots of things, but not that.
Yeah. Hasn't been bad. The heat in the shop is good, but.
Yeah. So you're redoing your basement. Huh? Oh, nice. Let me see.
Oh yeah, this is. We started it like 5 years ago. It's finally getting framed out and
nice.
insulated and all that good stuff.
Metal stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like putting wood in basements because they're always wet.
So explain this destroyer you're making.
Sorry.
Yes,
turn the
that's
volume way down. What was that?
I said explain this destroyer you're making.
Oh, so as you probably know, the only thing I ever make is parts on my machines, which is boring to everyone else, and we're trying to get people more interested in it. So I always fall back to I can't make a 3D model, but lots of people make Star Wars ones. So I was just playing again because I haven't used Vectric 3D in a long time, and but I have a lot of, as you can see from my basement, they're using pink foam. So I have a shitload of 1.5-inch pink foam. So I figured we'd do some a layered model, and the Star Destroyer is quite tall, so that seemed like a good one.
How big are you making it?
It's about 18 inches long and ends up being about 5 inches tall. So a little over 5 inches. So five sheets of foam.
You should make it like 4 feet or 5 feet long. Hang it from the ceiling in the Hack Factory.
We could. We'd have to do that on Matt's machine, and it would have to run for many, many days. So that's part of what I wanted to go back to is see, what you can do in a reasonable amount of cut time. I realized, actually, and I'm sorry I don't know the other gentleman.
That's. Are you gonna talk?
Who? Me?
Andrew.
You were mentioning inexpensive Kyocera, I think it was taper bits. Those sound ideal. Yeah. Where does one find those?
eBay.
eBay. Okay. I'll have to look. I was looking at
the guy Man One.
Sand?
Here, I'll put it in the.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Back. So.
You need headphones.
Pete. I do.
He's on the phone, so.
I'll go grab some.
No worries. But Blue Man One seems to be for sensitive quality, if you want to call it that. So.
Cool.
So here you go, John. Here's your little selection. If you want me to send you any of these guys, let me know.
I like that one.
I've got a little rain cloud. I've got a water drop. Of course, I've got Tux.
I like Tux. Tux is.
And I've got the awesome face.
I would choose Tux.
Yeah. Tux is cool. Just remember, Tux is like a 1.25, so he's wider. So that would be like for an alt or a control. You've got to make sure you have the wider. So like this is a profile comparison or a size comparison. So that's a standard 1U key versus the 1.25.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be Alt or Control. Those are the only two that would
Yeah.
actually work for. Yeah.
Well, you could lose control and get tucks. So yeah, I'd be happy to send that to you if you want. I should be
Okay,
able
cool.
to just put a couple bucks in it. And I should still have your address from. I have a box that you sent me, so I should still have that. So I can throw tucks in a box for you. And
Tucks in a box.
yeah, I've got some other ones too. I've got I mean I've got a whole bunch of like different colored ones, and I have another bag that has even more of these same color combination ones. But I've got a nice big alt key, but this is like a 1.5. This is a really big alt. This would be for like an ISO layout, but
Yeah, that's as big as my tab key is, that one.
yeah, I have a whole bunch of Windows keys. Like literally, I have like 10 of these. Just well, so on GeekHack, they have a thread called "Free Stuff, Pay It Forward." And I have stickied that, and I follow it and get alerts. And basically, I'm a scavenger on that thread. So this is like, I needed a space bar. I had to get a 6.25 space bar, which I didn't have. So I reached out on that thread and I said, hey man, does anybody have any, I need this space bar to finish my build. I got like an 8U, I mean this thing is massive, space bar with one set of caps that I got. But I didn't get the right space bar because it was the different layout. It was ISO versus ANSI. But anyway, so I didn't have the right space bar, so I asked for a space bar and I was like, he's like, do you need anything else? And I was like, I've got my Wood 60, which is what I named this guy. So the Wood 60 is my hodgepodge board. So I was like, I've got this random ass board that I'm always looking for random caps for. And I told him, I was like, if you've got some extra, like floating around, shoot 'em, send me some. So he sends me this, and I didn't even know he was doing it. He sends me this bag, this gift goodie bag full of just all of the random, and
Nice.
there. I got some of these cool SA profile keys. The SA profile keys are a little bit different. They're very smooth versus the other keys that have like a texture to them. But these are really big and flat on the top, almost flat. They're really rounded. They're really smooth versus the kind of standard profile keys, which have kind of a almost edge. But the SA profile keys, these are like old school terminal keyboard keys.
That's what I prefer.
So you can kind of see the difference between them. These are kind of almost like a piece of candy. Versus, yeah, they're nice and candy. So, so I got some of those, and I was like, oh, I want to put them somewhere, but I really couldn't put them with the other keys because the profiles mix match. But I was able to put the page up button for the up arrow, which was fun, and then I was able to use these are some special media keys that I'm going to use on this board. But I've become a fan of the hodgepodge. I guess it kind of fits with my life. It's like, a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of duct tape and a little bit of super glue and making things work, fixing things and making them work. So the hodgepodge kind of fits me in a way. But anyway, this thread, free stuff, pay it forward. So this is like the third bag of keys that I've gotten.
Nice.
But so I'm kind of compiling a repository of keys, and I'll be sending those back out. The other cool thing was I actually got a number pad PCB. I picked that up yesterday, so I should be getting that next week. So I'm kind of trying to find like a half-inch slab of aluminum to make a PCB housing. And if I could find something cool to make this PCB housing out of, that's gonna be cool. I really want, like I was telling you earlier, I really want to get more into aluminum. So, and I'm one of those guys that kind of jumps in, as I always do. So,
That's the only way to be. Jump
yeah,
in
you jump in with
full
that
steam, right?
$10 bit right down the board too, huh?
So, do you have to find a new job, Pete? What are you working on your resume for? Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Not really, no.
No, it's very muffled. You
Um,
got that.
how about now?
That's
You know,
better.
right up my nose. You can see my forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I'm talking with a new company. They actually have a security programming management-y thing. They want me to write basically a targeted resume for that. So that's what I need to do. It's not bad. I have to do it a lot, but
So,
it's
are
just
you
not fun.
you're still currently working downtown Minneapolis, where you were before, or?
No, I've probably moved several times.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Well,
working
you
at
are
a
a
place.
contractor, right? So.
Yeah, I'm a contractor. I'm working at a place called UCare right now, which is a health insurance
You care,
payer.
Minnesota.
Yeah,
Yeah.
suck.
Yeah. You could be working for the state of Minnesota. I worked for the Supreme Courts for a while.
I
That
did.
was that was fun. Oh, did you?
Yeah, I have. In the past, I've worked for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. Well, you've been doing it for a while.
So yeah, doing that. But yeah, I was out in the shop all day. It seemed like a simple thing. I wanted to spin some more aluminum, but I needed to make a new mold, so I needed to make wood turning molds. So I needed to make tools to make wood turning molds. So I got
It's always
into
a domino, isn't
yak
it?
shaving.
That's how
But,
I got into CNC routing to begin with. It was a domino.
Oh, I know. Well, that's how I got into moving from wood to metal too. It's like walking into
Yeah.
this, like, yeah, I want to do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Actually, I have. I don't know if they're worth anything. We have,
Can't hear you again though.
Oh, I'm sorry. We had a I think I showed you. I was ripping apart an old was it a G5 tower to use as the control
Oh yeah. Yeah.
housing. There's a enormous freaking heatsink in there, although it's kind of an integrated cooler thing.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know.
massive.
Yeah. I don't know what dimensions are you looking for your project, Andrew?
Oh, it's going to be a standard number pad. Hold on a second. I actually have one. Uh,
Oh, like a computer number pad size thing?
yeah, it'll be about this big. So that's I don't know. That's 2 inches by 3 or 4 inches, something like that. Um, yeah, so something like two or three by 3 or 4. But yeah, just even if it was just a plate, that would be great. So I've got that PCB coming. I just got to play with that. I don't have any of my measuring because I'm not in my workshop, so I don't have any of my measuring equipment. So I'm going to be estimating maybe 2.5 inches by 3 to 4 inches, something like that.
You mean you don't sleep with the calipers by your bed like John and I do?
Right.
No, I'm in my workshop more than I'm in here anyway. So
My fingers are my calipers for precision.
yeah, and then of course my laptop battery is going to die here soon, so I may be switching to my phone too. I've got the charger because I'm on my Surface Pro 3, and that charger is actually out in my workshop, so that's okay.
I got to see an iPad Pro. I really want one of those now.
Yeah, I made a tablet stand for one of those. They're pretty nice. They're the same size as the Surface Pro 3. They're thinner, but they're the same size.
Yeah. Did you guys have your hangout, your meeting at the shop today, Pete? Your CNC meetup thing?
We do Sundays, so yeah. Actually, I was just
Oh, that's
talking
tomorrow,
to
that's right.
Ryan. We're gonna play tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go in at like noon.
Yeah. How many people show up for that?
Between 0 and 3 or 4 usually.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So who's hanging around there anymore? Is Riley hanging around? I mean, I don't see posts from any of the old guys anymore. Nobody?
No, Chris, I saw Chris Odegaard a while back. Jeff runs the Mac thing there.
Can't hear you.
Oh, Jeff still runs the Mac thing there from time to time. The user group. He's
Oh,
still
right.
angry.
I see posts from Michael every once in a while on Facebook, but Michael Ferret.
Who else from the old days? You knew Steven. He's
The
there a
treasurer.
lot.
What's his name? Brandon. I see him posting to emails and stuff.
Yeah, Brandon, Bob and Blair. Who else?
Huh.
Do you know?
That's kind of too bad.
Jude, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see posts from him, but I do understand that he's there a lot. It seems like after that last election where Dave Bryant had the kind of falling out, it seems like a lot of things changed after that.
Yeah. Well, Dave is no longer a member.
That I heard a little about that, but yeah, I heard that didn't go. That whole thing ended badly.
Well, it's interesting because the place I work right now is right next to a new space in Northeast, and I think that's where Dave lives. But I have never heard that he's a member there. But I'm wondering if that's the case.
Huh. I see. I'm friends with Dave on Facebook, and I know he posts a lot of stuff there. He's been working on some citywide Wi-Fi stuff for the city of Minneapolis, I think. Some sort of a mesh network thing in Minneapolis.
Yeah, my kids like to go to the DEF CON meetups, so we've seen Dave a few times there, but haven't done that lately.
You know, I keep telling my son, I think maybe this year might be the year, but I've never been to DEF CON, and you should think about going this year and taking your kids.
Oh, my kids have gone the last 2 years.
They went to DEF CON?
Year.
Oh.
Yeah, they gave talks
Your kids are
at the
geeks.
At the Roots part, which is the kids part last year.
Yeah.
I think they both want to do that again. So.
Yeah, I would love to.
It gets long. I need something to do. My wife's like, you should bring a project. I'm like, yeah, I want to drive so I can bring all my shit.
What is?
I can work on
Lost
it.
your mic again. I'm not sure what's.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Nah. What is? Is it the mic on your phone that's dead, or what is it?
I don't know. I wonder if it's because I put a headphone in.
Oh, now I hear you.
Now, if I hold it close, it's that.
Yeah.
I should go grab my Bluetooth headset. I didn't plan for this.
That's all right. Don't worry. It's a slow night tonight. We didn't have anybody show up, which is not super typical. Usually we have at least 5. So it's odd when it's just a few people. But yeah, Tony was with us for a little bit, but he's in Australia and he just landed earlier today, so he's trying not to go to sleep. So he dropped off to go walk.
He says, yeah, heading out to not fall asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, spilled my beer.
So how do you keep your stuff in the garage from rusting in the summer or in the winter? Do you have that problem in the garage?
I would. I heat the shit out of it. It's it stays about 50 degrees. So that helps a lot.
I just set it on fire and then nothing rusts.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, you can't.
Air.
Yeah, like when I put the lathe in there, it's 3,000 pounds of metal, so if you open the door when it's below 0, it's gonna condense shit immediately. So, yeah, heat.
Yeah, or cover it. That helps.
Nah, I don't think that would do it because it's just got so much mass. Here, I could show you stuff.
Oh.
Derp.
Andrew lost his computer.
Yeah, battery died. So now you've got 2 goobers on phones.
Yeah. You want to see my yak shaving project from today?
What? How did I leave the call? Oh, the other Andrew left.
I ejected
It's your
the
clone.
No.
You want
That phone
want
really
a tour of
stretches
my
your face.
yak shaving project from today?
Wait,
Yak
what?
shaving. I've always liked yak shaving. Yeah.
Hmm.
So this was here's the handle.
Holy criminy! Let me present. Can I present? I can present to everyone. There you go.
So that's the handle.
Great.
That's nice.
This is the welding, which is questionable, but you know, I can always grind, right? So
Yeah.
so that's going to fit a 1/4-inch tool bit in there. So the intention is to make a high-speed steel wood turning tool.
So where are you going to turn wood on your metal lathe?
Yeah, because that's where I need to have the form to then spin metal. So
Ah. Yeah, you can buy those tools like that at Rockler, custom, the wooden ones like
yeah,
that.
they're a fucking fortune.
Yeah,
Like everything at Rockler.
they are. Well, go to
Well,
the,
and
Rockler has a clearance store in Eden Prairie, I think.
they do. Bill's always telling me I got to get down there. But even then,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
theirs are carbide, which I'd rather be able to sharpen them myself than have to
yeah.
buy inserts. So these are the
That's right.
actual things I've turned previously.
Ooh,
Nice.
That's brass.
you
Work
turn it by
hardens
hand.
like crazy. So these were turned onto a Delrin mold, but yeah. And that one's aluminum, which is thicker but easier to turn.
Yeah, I've heard that the guy from Clickspring talks about how brass work hardens. He's like, you really got to be careful with it.
Yeah, I found a video so my mold for it was Delrin, and I realized the error of that because some of the videos I've seen, and I think this is the wrong kind of brass, but they basically heat it continuously to keep it from work hardening. I have another one like this, and I actually tore it because it work hardened too much, but I kept popping it off to heat it up.
Hmm.
But yeah, fun stuff.
Nice.
Nothing to do with CNC, but
That's machining related.
I like
Oh, yeah.
the NYC CNC guys. Every once in a while, he'll or not NYC CNC, the Clickspring guy. He will do hand turning on his little metal lathe of metal parts. He's got a little bar that he puts up, and he turns them by hand. Puts radiuses on things and stuff.
Yeah, I made a graver kind of like he makes, and I don't know. I kind of suck at it. He's pretty good at it.
Oh yeah,
It is cool to play with, but
He's
that's out in the garage still.
Are you in the garage or are you downstairs now? Still.
I'm in my
Oh, lost your mic again.
You hear my boiler probably more than me.
Oh no, actually I don't. Your voice is when the mic works, your voice is pretty clear.
Or if there's noise canceling, is there like a lot of noise in the background?
Not too much. I can hear the like the pump from the boiler is running.
Maybe that's what it's because you're not close enough. It's trying to noise cancel.
That could be. So, is your shop going to stay in the garage, or are you moving your shop into the basement?
No, these are kid bedrooms down here. So yeah, no, I have a double oven of my wife's to get out of my garage, and then I can probably fit one more machine in it. And I'm probably tapped out.
You keep your wife in the garage?
No, trying to get her double oven out of the garage.
Once again.
I got an English wheel for Christmas, which is actually really fun.
Ooh, have you been using it?
I have. I've decided I want a bigger one.
I've heard. I've played with one once, and it was wonderful.
That's the one that helps you bend steel into or bend metals into kind of rounded forms, right?
Compound curves.
No.
Yeah, so you can make similar shapes with pounding, but it takes an incredible amount of work and it's incredibly noisy. The English wheel does similar stuff. It's quiet but slow.
Yeah.
There was a video on YouTube of a guy making a gas tank for a motorcycle using one of those, and
Yeah, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
he made it look like child's play. And anybody that's ever used one knows that it's anything but.
It is like they describe in the videos, though, actually.
Oh, lost your mic again.
Oh, it is like they describe. It's slow, but everything they say makes sense once you start trying it.
Yeah, I think if that's just it, you just need experience doing it. Well, that's an awesome gift. That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You know,
Right.
it seems
So-
like you're walking forever. It seems like you're like in a cavern, like
Yeah.
you were walking, and it just felt like you were walking forever, like your basement is miles long.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to clean up the beer I spilled, so I'm walking to my sink down here.
I wish somebody would give me
Giving you vertigo.
Yeah. What was that, Anthony or Andrew?
I was going to say, I wish somebody would give me a water jet or a or a plasma cutter. That'd be sweet.
Yes. Oh, somebody at the Hack Factory is building a CNC for the plasma, or this is like the third go around, but I think they're actually going to build one this time.
Well, my mom is one of the deans at our local community college, and they just built an industrial technology building. It used to be an old Walmart building. That Walmart left that building and went to a bigger building. So that building was up for sale for a long time for like $2 million or something. It was a big ass building, and so they bought it, gutted it, basically rebuilt it from the inside, and it's full of robots and CNCs and shit. So my mom pretty much told me, anytime you want to go and look at it, just let me know, and I'll talk to the guy that runs it and hook you up. And I really need to go and be friends with him, like, bad, because I think he has the keys to the toy store. My understanding is they have multiple axis robot arm, the robot machines that go in and do things. Assembly line robots that would go in and do tack welds or whatever. But they have some of those in there, from what I understand, and just a myriad of all of the things. So I need to go be friends with him and hope that they have a plasma cutter or a water jet. Because if they do, I'm screwed. My wife will never see me again.
Yeah. Did you?
It's also right next to where I work too, so I can go from work to there.
Did you see that I posted this guy's CNC build on our forum, on our chat window there, Andrew? Did you see that earlier? It's the
I
update
saw
to my CNC milling machine.
The which one?
It's the title of the video says "Update on my CNC milling machine." It's a video, and then his G Plus page. It's a beast.
I saw the link, didn't click it.
Oh my God, it's a beast.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's the video here. I'll post the video in here.
Well, I'm on my phone, so
Oh.
yeah, I'll have to check it later.
Yeah, it's a beast. It's the body is all like, steel welded, massive.
Shit.
Yeah. DLH design. He's got some video of what it's going to look like when it's done, but it doesn't
Wow.
look like it's going to be a super big work area, but it seems like you could probably mill titanium like butter if you want to do with it.
Yeah, I've been thinking about. I know you guys are still working on those end plates and stuff for the higher Z, the Z with the C channel. I'm wondering if, because my machine is so wide, and all the flex that I get from that wider y-axis, which is better now that I've done the stiffening mod with the rails, putting that 2-inch L channel in. But I'm wondering if having a high plate, so the plate is taller and would accommodate another piece of 4040 maker rail or 8020 20 series 4040 rail or whatever, so that I could mount the Z. So Z would mount on the main carriage, and then there would be another trolley carriage to the top that I could also hook Z into to keep it from doing that forward sag. Um, so I think that's where I'm at right now, is trying to figure out how to keep Y from flexing forward just because it's 1,000 millimeters wide.
A lot of it is, there's just not a lot, short of finding every place where there's flex in it and try to brace it. Um, having an aluminum bed really helped a lot. I know that when it's tougher for you to do on 1,000 by 1,000, but
Yeah.
when I put the bed, whatever that Mitsumi, their stuff is super nice, and that really adds a lot of rigidity to it, more than I expected.
Well, and when I put the 1,000 millimeter 2-inch the 2-inch by 2-inch L bracket, when I measured it exactly to the length. So it actually touches the plate on either end, which gives it some more rigidity too, and it's helped a lot. I haven't really cut a whole lot with it since I put the plates in, but I've noticed that it's definitely stiffer. It's definitely added rigidity to the entire machine. So I may be better off than I'm really giving myself credit for. I just know that with that Makita and the way the gantry is now, it doesn't have enough body to hold those big routers up, and that's just physics. Um,
You see
so
the router on for
yeah,
Eads' new builds?
it's that
That
big
thing is
lump.
massive. Oh,
Yeah,
hold on,
I
I
I
killed
would
my
love
audio somehow.
to build. I would love to build.
What did I do? Yes,
I
sir.
would love to build a smaller 4-axis. Something that had like a 250 to 300 or 400 millimeter cutting area. Something the size of uh, you know a dinner plate and a half or something like that. 18 inches by 18 inches is kind of your max area, but do it 4-axis. Uh, that would be sweet. I'm super jelly that Eves has the ability to build these machines and stuff. But whatever. One day, someday. I was hoping for that Powerball, but I missed it by all the numbers. I got one. I
Yeah,
got one number. I got one number.
yeah. I think I got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's that build he's doing now. It's going to be nice. It's going to be super rigid.
Oh yeah. I'll just next time I need him to mill something, I'll just send him the model in Fusion and mail it and just get the parts shipped, the raw materials shipped to him, and I'll be like, just mill it out for me.
Yeah. So Pete Eves, the other guy in our group, is making this. It's a small. I think it's got about a 12-inch square cut area. CNC router specifically for aluminum, so it's all metal. The router he's using it is the 2.5 horse DeWalt, big, massive. It's absolutely crazy. 12-inch cutting area and 5 inches of clearance with a 2.5 inch or 2.5 horsepower router on it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
In the other extreme, did you see the links to the dude who was 3D printing the concrete house slash hotel thing in where the fuck was he?
Yeah, he's from the hacker. He's from the Hack Factory, right?
Yeah, he's back there now. His partner disappeared, and he does not know anything about his whereabouts.
What?
So, and he was saying, I think that also means he has no access to all his equipment, which is in, where the fuck was he? He's in, it's far away. And it's basically in Asia. So he was saying it's about 50 grand worth of stuff. And he basically said the CNC was more or less the easy part. Mixing concrete that was sufficiently consistent was the big problem, and he basically had to get humans out of it and make a concrete plant, basically.
Wow.
Dedicated to the machine.
So where did you develop this process at? Was he working on this at the Hack Factory too, or?
He was working on the CNC stuff, and Alex, you know Alex, right?
Yeah.
Alex has been helping him. They actually just found some new driver they want to use. He has an issue. He wants to be able to. He needs an immediate pause if he hits pause for his CNC, because if it finishes executing, the last command, it might move 10 meters before it stops, and that's not what he needs. And then the concrete is getting hard, and so they got some new. It's kind of interesting. It's a USB-based driver some dude in Germany's making. But he had one of his steppers there that, oh my God, they're just huge. It's
what are they, NEMA 34s?
It's like the size of a loaf of bread.
Sorry. Yeah, no, it's probably about the size of a loaf of bread and weighs a great deal.
They're steppers, but not turbos?
Yeah, he's using steppers. Because it is literally a scaled-up 3D printer. I mean, that's kind of where he started, and he just kept scaling. They made a chocolate printer, too, while we were there.
He needs to do it. He needs to do a Delta. That would be cool looking.
Yeah.
To see a Delta the size of a freaking a square block.
Imagine how high up into the sky you'd have to pump the concrete, though.
Yeah, that would be hard.
I know, but it would be cool. You can't tell me it wouldn't be cool.
I think it would be cooler would be to make like a block, like something that would be big enough to print a car, but make it look just like a rep wrap.
Yeah. Okay. Make it look like one of the Striders from Half-Life 2. Job's done.
Say, you gentlemen don't know anybody who was in the early list of the Pocket NC stuff, do you?
I don't.
Oh.
Want to see one, do you?
They've been putting out how to do the 5-axis stuff. They have 2 parts of how to do an impeller. They're doing them in Fusion 360, but they haven't shown any cutting in like months. And there must be at least a dozen, I think more than that they've already shipped. So I don't know what the hell all those people are doing with them.
What is this?
Oh, I'm sure you've seen it. We posted it before. It's called the Pocket NC. It's this little desktop 5-axis CNC mill thing. Runs Linux CNC. Well, it runs not Linux CNC, but Maker, whatever. The other
Mach 3 EMC or whatever.
No, it's. I think it's running Pilot Path, isn't it?
I thought they were using Machine Kit.
It might just be Machine Kit.
Yeah, I think it's Machine Kit because I remember reading about that before, which would be interesting because we've tried to use Machine Kit and it's a pain in the ass.
What's retail on it?
$4,000.
Okay. What materials is it gauged for?
Up to aluminum. It has a really, really nice spindle, but it is very, very small. The whole thing is probably the size of like if you stood your laptop. If you open your laptop, that's probably the entire envelope of a machine.
That's kind of interesting.
Did you go to their website, Andrew?
Tiny and when you go that small, at some point in time, it gets really hard to make things rigid when it's, this big. So,
Yeah, if you go to their website, it's BeagleBone Black Running Machine Kit. That's what they say.
huh.
I've tried. Eves and I have tried, and Machine Kit is, even to this day, still quite annoying. But people are using it. Yeah, that little thing is cute. I wonder what kind of tolerances, what kind of accuracy and repeatability they're getting out of it, though.
I think pretty good. I mean, that was their design philosophy, and the spindle they put in that thing, you can look it up. It's unfreaking believable. It's like $1,000 spindle cartridge setup.
Yeah, so the May 2016 pre-order is sold out. The June 2016 order is ready. You can pre-order, and the July pre-order is still good to go. But and the August is as well. But the May one is sold out. So
Yeah, they're still fulfilling their Kickstarter stuff, I think. But
oh, I'll bet. Yeah, it is a cool box, no doubt about it. Wonder how much of that is profit for them versus.
Sorry, my son came in.
It's cool that Fusion works with this so well. It's like it was made for it.
yeah, they partnered with Autodesk when they were developing it.
Ah, well, that's.
They and John from NYC CNC seem to have an inside line.
Oh, even John does too, huh?
Yeah, he went to their big training thing, but I think he probably does the most popular training of their stuff, so they seem to very much pay attention to what he asks
John,
about.
with regards to Linux or with regards to Fusion. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you doing Patreon with John at all?
I'm going to. I'm supporting AVE, the crazy Canadian guy, and I think I'm going to move some of that to John and some of it to.
I love Abe. He's so fucking funny. Oh my god, I love him. But yeah, I like
Yes.
John is cool because he'll do these hangouts like once a month. He'll do 2 hangouts a month, one for U.S. customer or U.S. people, and then one for UK. But you'll get 10 or 15 people, or sometimes less. I was in a hangout with him, and just I think 5 of us were in a hangout one night, and he's just super approachable, super cool guy.
Cool. Yeah, I've actually thought about. He's in Ohio. I've thought about going to take one of his classes this spring.
As have I. That would be really.
Well,
awesome.
let me know if you're thinking a date.
Yeah, that would be. I'll have to see. Maybe. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Find a reason you have to come back to the Minneapolis, and then we'll just drive from here.
Well, that's easy to find a reason. My daughter lives there, so there's the reason. Yeah, I'd like to do that Autodesk University that he did too. That training looked pretty spectacular.
Nice.
Can't hear you.
Yeah. Oh. So this is totally not relevant to what you guys are talking about. I picked up my iPad because it was going off, and seeing what the hell was going on. It's something on the Geek Hack forum. So while you guys were talking, I clicked another thing, and then I don't know. So this popped up, and it's a keyboard. Did the whole thing stall? Oh, no, you're still. So this keyboard is a waterproof mechanical keyboard, but it's the name of it that makes it kind of funny.
Bang good.
No. This is the JIZZ GX1 GX16 waterproof LED backlit mechanical hand feel gaming keyboard.
I'm not gonna say what that pronounces.
No. And everyone, and this is a real product. Thanks, English. And everyone on the forum is like, I don't even want to click that link. The most interesting thing about the keyboard is its name. Gotta love
Wow.
that feel.
Wow.
Yeah, this made my Saturday. Uh, and that's why I like the forum. It's full of, you get the most random stuff to pop up, and yeah, good stuff. But I'm working on a keyboard build for Geek Hack. I'm designing a case for it, and once I get done building the keyboard, I'm going to auction it off, and any money that's made from the auction will go as a donation. Battery? What kind of battery? In my truck. I think I. Oh, so when I get done building the keyboard, I'm going to auction it off.
Oh yeah.
Things that are getting donated, and I've got a PCB that's going to be donated, a full keycap set that's going to be donated, and so it's going to be a good time. I'm excited. I'm all for giving back. So. And whenever I get it done, John will probably have to want to try to steal a version. It's going to be that JD40, that 40% keyboard, but it's going to be
Yes.
like a two-piece clamshell case for it. But it gets better. The way one of the suggestions is the top piece, when it comes, you're able to use that as a wrist rest. So some little rare earth magnets involved, so it kind of holds itself together, and you can use that like a wrist rest. So it's gonna be an interesting project.
I'm going to take us off live. It's 7:31. I'm just gonna stop the broadcast real quick.